From the first limited time mode in 2017 that we ever had in Fortnite, to the rarest limited time mode ever that was actually accidentally released by Fortnite theirself, which only 2% of Fortnite players actually know of. Today we will be going over the history of the different limited time modes we have had and why Fortnite discontinued them. But first, we have to talk about why Fortnite started limited time modes. Well, the answer is kinda simple, and that was to make Fortnite less repetitive. Now honestly, if we talk about Fortnite Battle Royale itself, it's definitely pretty repetitive, and that's really because all you're doing is loading into a match, jumping out of the battle bus, and even dying or getting a victory royale, and then you do it all over again. But the game Fortnite as a whole is definitely not repetitive, and that's because there's so many different modes to choose from. But like I said in the beginning of the video, it all started with 50v50, and the mode itself is kinda self-explanatory. 50 players on each team battle it out to see what team gets the most eliminations, and was released season 2 of Fortnite. But as opposed to other limited time modes, this one actually lasted for a while, as in other ones only lasting for about a week. But as we all know, Fortnite didn't just stop there. They went on to release other exciting limited time modes such as Close Encounters. This mode contained shotguns and jetpacks. The mode was definitely a hit at first until it just clicked in everybody's minds like, oh, we can just camp in sky bases all day. How the hell a pump shotgun gonna shoot us? Sniper Shootout was a decent mode and was mainly good if you wanted to get better at sniping. But I say decent because this mode was completely ruined by revolvers. I don't even get the point of adding revolvers to a sniper only game mode. If you wanted to play just to use the best loadout possible in the game, you would go to Solid Gold. But this was basically Solid Gold in a nutshell.
It's about fun.
What's that?
Fun is when you... It's like... What is fun? Like, plenty spell it.
Man, if you didn't like high explosive, then you were setting yourself up for a one-way ticket off the game if you stepped your foot in Solid Gold. Fortnite changed things up a little bit once they released Blitz Showdown. This was the first competitive LTM that was introduced in Fortnite, and the reason it was competitive because it was V-Bucks on the line for the top 100 players. And them rewards were 20,000 V-Bucks for first place, 13,500 V-Bucks for second through fifth place, and 7,500 V-Bucks for 6th through 100th place. And basically, Fortnite placed you on the leaderboard after 25 games, based off the eliminations and the placement you had during them matches. And for what I know of, this mode didn't really have any drawbacks to it, so this mode was definitely a solid W. High Explosive was another W mode, and I can't rank this nothing under a W because if you chose to play this mode, you knew what you were expecting, which is a high explosive match. The mode was of course very chaotic, and the best part about this mode in my opinion is that you were able to stack 5 rocket launchers in your loadout. Fortnite then went on to release the fan favorite Infinity Gauntlet mode, which was Thanos. Listen, the whole Fortnite community extremely loved this mode, but I don't know what it was to love by getting wrecked by Thanos all day, but trust me, shit, they loved it. Nah, for real though, people really did love this mode, and it was something different at the time, so people were amazed by it. And people really just love fighting each other over the Infinity Gauntlet to become Thanos, because once you did, you could easily drop a 30, 40, or 50 kill game, depending on how you played it and how good you were. The Thanos mode is without a doubt one of the best modes we ever received in Fortnite. But this next mode we're going to talk about is a mode that completely changed the future of the game forever, and that is Playground mode, and this completely took over Fortnite at its release. And this is what I would call the beta version of Fortnite creative mode. And this is where all the 1v1s originally started. And only the OGs remember how you used to use the Clock of the Storm for us to start off the fight. And from being able to use exclusive items, to competing to see who can create the best masterpiece, to Laser Beam deciding to do some completely random stuff. It was a lot that you could do in this mode, but it was also only so much you could do in this mode too. And there was a lot of people that actually didn't like Playground mode because they didn't have nobody to play with. But hey, that kind of sounds like a personal problem. But after the release of Playground mode, Fortnite didn't just stop there with the release of LTM. But before Playground mode was actually released, Fortnite accidentally made a limited time mode playable, and that mode was called Shooting Test. And no, it wasn't really nothing exciting to the mode. It was very basic to say the least, but it was a mode where we was able to test out changes on different weapons, as in the damage being buffed or nerfed, different recoil patterns for different weapons, increased fire rates, and all that other stuff. But after a couple hours as expected, Fortnite actually ended up removing this mode, and we never ever saw it again after that day. But back on track to what I was once saying, Fortnite didn't stop with releasing LTMs after they released Playground mode, and nor was they being lazy with creativity as well, because they followed up with modes like Bare Bones, and in this mode, most of your HUD scale was taken away. You couldn't see things like who was on your team, where the next circle was closing in from, where the next circle would be, how many eliminations you got, how many players were left, and etc. So if you like things or modes that were a bit challenging, this was the LTM for you. The Fortnite Slide LTM was a bit chaotic and somewhat annoying, and that's because you had icy feet on you the whole game. On the bright side, they gave you a grappler with infinite ammo so you can maintain a little control or somewhat. If you liked yourself an old-fashioned showdown, then guess what? You can take your tail straight to the gulag, which was the Wild Wild West. And this mode was very simple. It wasn't nothing extreme, chaotic, or challenging, but it featured weapons like the hunting rifle, the pump shotgun, the double barrel shotgun, the 6-shooter, and the revolver. But them 3 LTMs definitely wasn't the only ones, because included in the 6-month span after Playground mode was released, they released more modes like Ground Game, Soaring Duos, Fly Explosive, Full Fight, Score Royale, and Steady Storm. But then on December 6th of 2018, Fortnite released what caused limited time modes to completely fall off. And yes, that mode is creative. I seen a comment saying Laserbeam was gonna break this mode, and in the next hour, he did just that. This mode completely changed everything for the future of Fortnite. It allowed you to freely create your own content in any mode that you want within your own creative island. And with a creator code, you can publish these maps and possibly generate revenue for it. A lot of individuals, groups, and teams that have started off early creating and developing maps are actually making a living off this as of today. And not so long after creative was introduced into Fortnite, Epic Games teased the block at the 2018 Game Award, which allowed players to display their own creative maps and game. So did Fortnite disband LTMs completely after the release of creative mode? Not yet, at least. But actually following the release of creative in 2019, Fortnite actually had a great year of limited time modes. Because during the year 2019, they followed up with modes like Arsenal, and this is basically Call of Duty gun game. So if you're familiar with Call of Duty, then you are familiar with this. The highly requested Floor's Lava mode was released, and it's pretty obvious on why everyone loved this mode. And a fun fact that nobody knows about is that Fortnite wanted to release this mode back in 2017 after 50v50, but couldn't due to the primitive of the game, and also due to the game not being as advanced at the time. And no, don't worry, because you're not the only one that don't know what the hell primitive mean. And besides those 2 modes, the rest of the 2019 year was still flooded with good LTMs such as Sword Fight, Air Royale, Headshot Only, Leave None Behind, and way more. It wasn't until that Fortnite officially removed Playground mode and added in Battle Labs until they just kinda started disbanding LTMs. And yes, Laserbeam definitely broke the Battle Labs mode as well. But after Playground mode was released, Fortnite became less and less frequent with how they released LTM modes. No, removing Playground mode wasn't the reason for them becoming less frequent. The reason why they was becoming less and less frequent was because they started relying on the community to do their job for them. Just like how we see with today's UEFN. You can almost make anything inside the game of Fortnite, and people literally make a living off of this. So with all these different game modes in the menu tab, I can see where Fortnite coming from to why they don't want to release limited time modes weekly anymore, with like one of the main reasons being that it can affect other queue times for the main game modes like regular battle royale and rank. I would love to hear y'all guys' opinions on limited time modes in the comments. Do y'all guys want it into the game, or do y'all guys just don't care about it?
Beat me with your bat. No, beat me up. Come on. Do it. Beat me. Do it. Ah.